you're not going to get on with everyone. Do you know what I mean? So,
Oh, don't worry about it.
can I phone you back? I'm just having an interview. Okay. Alright, mate. So yeah, with the drugs and that, it's kind of hard to. They say that it's hard to get in there, but there's always some way of getting in there. I mean, I've been to some jails where it's been the officers that have been bringing it.
Really?
Yeah, definitely. I was in one jail where the deputy head of security was doing it for them. Do you know what I mean?
Really?
So, yeah, and they did get caught as well, but they says they was intimidated, so they didn't get nothing, you know. But they've been doing it for a very, very long time. And as for the getting on with people, it's kind of, you know which officers you can talk to. You know, if you don't get on with one, then you know you're not going to go and ask him to do stuff for you. Do you know what I mean? You just try and stay out of each other's way, really. Don't get me wrong, they do come looking for you sometimes, and it's
really?
like, yeah, definitely. You know, sales spins, or they'll what most of them, what I found, the horrible ones. They'd write things in your report, like, because they're allowed to write things, and you can't even counter that. Do you know what I mean? You can't even say that that's not true, I think, because it's all on your report, and it's all kind of like, it's not hearsay, but it's kind of like, it's like a suspicion thing. Like, if you're under suspicion, then they can put a lot of, like, closed visits, you know, 24-hour bang up. They can put a lot of conditions on you without any proof. So it can be a bit horrible sometimes, like. But it's all about playing the game. You know, they've got to play their side, you've got to play yours. So it's just about finding that good area where it's like, because the way you got to think about it, you've got a lot of inmates, and if you're speaking to officers quite a lot, they're going to think you're a wrong one. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
So then life in jail can be very, very hard. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, definitely. So, you know, it's a very fine line between, like, you know, being one of the lads or being a snitch kind of thing. You know what I mean? So it's really hard. You're always on. You know, people are always watching you. You know, it's only a little wing, probably twice the size of this.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like you're on spotlight all the time. Do you know? A lot of people put on a lot of fronts. Do you know what I mean? Which is, it's not a good look. You know. But it was just mad how, like, you know, it's a 10-week course, and then you're an officer, and then you can write things in people's reports that could act, you know, it could mess you up for a very long time, especially if you're a lifer. You know, you've got to tread really carefully. So I think it's wrong, because it's like someone who's just had a normal job, Tesco's or something like that, and then they've just thought, oh, I want to change. Do you know what I mean? I want to be a prison officer. Yeah, great. But this place was like 10-week course, and that's it. And then you've got the power, really, to mess with people's lives, like, really bad. And some of them are just horrible people. They're not going to do it for any good. They just want to do it to kind of, you know, put their point across. Do you know what I mean? Like.